Hello, my name's Ikello Herod, and this is Ikello Photo. I am going to do a little bit of live streaming, and it's going to be about this thing right over here. It's called the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Cameras. No, it's not. It's called the the Davinci Resolve Speed Editor. It's made by Blackmagic Design, who also makes the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a little bit of editing on it. And as I edit on it, I'm going to try and do some explanations about what you're seeing and what this thing is. But first, let's just talk about some of the buttons, some of the important buttons, the buttons that I use all the time. All right. I'm going to just go straight to the big old speed editor. And as you can see, it's a panel device that controls a very wonderful piece of kit called Davinci Resolve. So I'll show you that. And that's Davinci Resolve right there. That's the whole thing. Obviously, you can see the speed editor's up in the corner. I think, can I actually just have Resolve there? I don't think so. There's the big editor, and there's me. There's that, and nope. All right, so I'm going to first show you around. I'll show you around the actual screen over here. As you can see, everything up here is your media. Up in the upper left-hand corner, all of this stuff is your media. All right. And as you click on the media, you should be able to pull up each one of the clips, and you can scroll through the clip back and forth, see what you want to see. And that all happens on the speed editor. Let me give you a quick peek at what that looks like. Here's the scroll, and I am moving stuff back and forth. It's a beautiful thing. All right. So let's see, what else can I do here? There's a source button right here, and that source button takes you specifically to the source material. Now you can go back out into the main edit by hitting the timeline button right up here. So timeline. And now you're back in the main edit. So say you want to put something in the edit, the actual edit of the thing. You go the actual edit on the timeline. You hit source, that's that button right there. And now you're in the main timeline, which has all of your clips, which you can see right down here are all through. They are literally everywhere, all the way through all of the wonderful people, the camp, all of that stuff. What's this? That was cool. Anyway, great shots, great shots. There's Jamal Adams right there, and the whole 9 yards. There's Russell Wilson. Anyway, so that's all of your source material, all back and forth. You can use these buttons right here to either shuttle, jog, or you could even scroll. So if I hit shuttle, as I turn the dial quarter, well, let me show you actually. There. As I turn the button this way, it goes back, and then the farther back I go, the faster it goes. Okay? You can even zero it back out. And then if you want to go forwards, you can click it forward just slightly and it'll start moving. There we go, and all good to go. See, and you can even have him running down the field, right like that. You can stop it. And jog is obviously jog through at a slow pace so that you can get to the specific point you want to get to. Scroll is a fast scroll so you can scroll through all of your footage very quickly. It's like a tape deck, like an old tape deck. It's using the old footage like a tape deck. Anyway, so we've got all of that material. And before we get too deep and meaningful, you know what we're going to do? We're going to change our settings to a custom setting. And I'm going to change that to 2.4 by 1440. And that'll give me a bit of a different aspect ratio so that when I go back to the source and I decide I want to scroll through this really quickly, we will take a quick peek at all of these. Okay, so got all of these people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on the speed editor, you have all of these different buttons that do different things, right? You've got your source, you've got your timeline, you've got your scroll buttons. Okay? Now here are the important buttons for getting you actually into to actually be able to take clips and put them on your actual timeline. So right here, in button, out. Okay. Smart insert, append. Smart insert is it'll insert it wherever you are and it'll try and guess where you want to put it. Append means it'll put it at the end. Close up means that when you're on a particular clip and you hit the close up button, it will push into that clip and give you like different. It's very convenient and awesome. And then you can also place clips on top. If you hit the video button right there, it'll only input video for you. If you take it off of there and you only put the audio on there and you just want the audio, it'll only put the audio on there. So sometimes you can just use it as a voiceover machine. Use your regular camera as a voiceover machine. Anyway, what else? Let's see. Trim in and out, I'll tell you about as we go. And then we've got these buttons right here. Now, these buttons are, let's see. These buttons are escape, which is self-explanatory, but if you double tap it, it'll undo, which is right on the bottom there. Then there's the sync bin, so when you have the multiple cameras, like right down here, you use them in the sync bin. Audio levels, when you hit that audio level button, on the timeline you can actually switch out the actual audio level on the actual audio level. I don't know why I'm getting so deep and meaningful about it. Anyway, you can full view, full screen. If you double tap on audio level, actually, there's a little button that says mark. You can mark different spots in your timeline. I don't know what RVW means right there. Snap button's always on so things snap on your timeline. You can split clips by just hitting the split button. You can hold the button down and you can move clips around that are highlighted by holding down the move button. You can also hit the transition button, and whatever transition that you have set up at that moment, you can input it. All right. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into an actual edit with the Seahawks? So I'm going to put my headphones on so that I can hear what, pray tell, is going on. All right, so let's see here. as you can see, you can't see. I'm going to have to change it to the Lightroom Resolve. All right, as you can see, I'm scrolling through some moments right here. This gentleman right here, as a matter of fact, I'm scrolling too fast. This gentleman right here is like a Mohawk family. They were at it's so cute. So let's start out with this shot right here. And we're going to go in, and we're going to cut to out, and we're going to append, and then we're going to skip, and then we're going to in, out, append, and then we're going to set up the shot again, in, and out, and append. All right, and now I have a quick little sequence. And can I? No. All right, and we'll go back. As a matter of fact, we're going to go to our timeline. We're going to hit, we're going to scroll all the way to the beginning. All right. So friggin' epic. Look at the size of that hawk, bro. He's got y'all beat. You realize that, right? Now, what I should have done was just add it without any sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'm going to re-edit this. As you can see, there's a ripple delete button. I can just ripple delete all of that. And it goes away, baby. It goes away. All right. Okay, so let's see. What do I want to do here? I want to go back to my source. And I'm going to go back. Oh, it's a nice little shot of lumen field. Let's go right about here in. And I'm going to keep out, and I'm going to append all of that, because you can do that sort of thing. And then we'll in, out, append, in, out, append, and then in, out, append. And I did all that, and I didn't hit the audio. I hit the audio only button, which means none of that's going to work again. That's dumb. Ripple delete, take that off, hit the source, and then I made a mistake. That's a big deal. Nope, not a big deal, because I'm working with Davinci Resolve and a speed editor, so I can easily, quickly. Let's see. Easily, quickly. And then in and out, append, and in, out, append, in, out, append, in, out, append. All right, now I have a little sequence. We can go back to the timeline, and we can go scroll, spin the wheel, get all the way back to the beginning, and hit jog, play. And as you can see right there, sorry that it looks a little choppy, but I promise you it looks good on my end. It's just I'm using the same machine to do both things. So what do you do? What do you do? Anyway, and that's the whole sequence. Now, it's kind of like a little, it goes chop, 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 the way that the cut is. Well, that's what music is for. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to add some music. Let's go music for film. And we're going to go with, how about Hopeful? And let's listen to a few tracks, why don't we? Done used that one. Teeny surprises. How about that? All right, let's go with Hopeful. I think I may have used this music in another thing, but that's okay. So we're going to drop that song, the entire song, into, where is it? Not between A and, oh, there it is. So we're going to just take the whole, oops. We're not going to do this. We're going to turn off the only, all right? And when you play it back with music under it, let's see what happens. All of a sudden, super cute. All of a sudden, super cute. Oh my gosh, I can't even stand. I can't stand it. And that's how I do a quick. That's how I start with my edits. I usually chop up this spot where I want to chop up and I want to see it, and then I start fine tuning it to whatever the song is. So it'll cut on a beat or cut on a blat or something like that. And that's how I edit video. There's a lot of stuff that you can do with the Speed Editor. Let's see. There's a lot of things you can do with the Speed Editor that just speeds up your workflow. It makes you fast as lightning. Anyway, my name's Ekello Harrod, and this is Ekello Photo, and I hope that you have enjoyed this little tutorial on how I edit my videos. Talk to you soon. Bye.